Hi, this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to grow herbs indoors. Well, there's so many different herbs to choose from, and so when I'm deciding which herbs to grow indoors, I just take a look into my cabinets, into my pantry, and find out what herbs I'm currently using. If I'm using thyme, rosemary, spearmint, any type of garlic, any type of herb that I use in the house is a wonderful herb to grow indoors. And you don't need a lot of space. You can just grow them like a little house plant. But there's some rules that I like to follow. So in the growing this thyme, it eventually will trail too, and you can just cut little pieces off and use them with chicken or your pork dishes. And when you're growing herbs indoors, make sure that you always have drainage system, because you want to make sure that they never sit in water, but yet you don't have them right onto the woodwork because they'll do lots of damage. So by just having a plate underneath them and watering them really well right into the sink, letting the water drain out completely and then setting them on the plate, then I have found that works really well and does little damage to your woodwork. And for example, the spearmint right here has some damaged leaves. It was brought in from outside, and it doesn't hurt to cut your herbs back periodically. So I would trim the whole thing back, and that way it'll grow nice, new, lush foliage, and I wouldn't have to replace it in any way. Because the great thing about herbs is that the roots are usually alive, even if it looks dead. For example, this rosemary right here, it's died back, and even indoors, sometimes they will die back. They'll dry out too much or not get enough light in the wintertime, and they'll actually die back. But if you notice, as long as it's some green, it will survive. And my trick is whenever there's brown or skanky leaves, cut them out. And then they'll grow some new lush leaves. And they might wait till spring even. But if you notice, there's all these new shoots down here on my rosemary. So I would think, or I killed it, but no, I didn't kill it. There's actually life in that plant. And so just by trimming it back, it will eventually come back. And it might take a month or two to really get going, but it's always good to save your herbs and not throw them away, because if there's any sign of life, it will come back. So herbs really need either sunlight or artificial light, because they will not do well in dark. So as long as you give them some light, some water, and never let them sit in water, you will find that they will thrive and you can enjoy your indoor herb garden all year round.